Hello and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. This is the third and last part of the pool level, and we just got a flaming log of wood.
Yep.
That's literally all we got.
This is the plant that I was talking about before that has synergy with the pea shooters.
Yeah. And it's
if a shot passes through the fire, they become flaming and deal double damage.
Nice.
However, if the pea shooter behind it is the ice pea is the snow pea, it loses the slowdown.
Well, it turns into a regular pea.
And it loses the slowdown. So it actually becomes useless.
At that point, if you're using ice peas with torchwood, put down two torchwood in front of it. But it's first of all, why? You just use regular pea shooters and repeaters. It's cheaper. Okay, it's not actually cheaper, but it's way more efficient than putting actual. Yet I got a fucking snow pea out for no reason.
A bit of a sorry, I'm interrupting you, but a bit of a for those who watched the previous session about the Devil May Cry thing, we're not going to mention what exactly it was, but believe me when I say it is justified.
Yeah.
If you know, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, if you know.
So anyway, I don't know why I got the snow pea out. I guess I was just in a panic to not take too long on the flower select thing, because I have a really bad tendency to go way too long, take way too long selecting my flowers. Especially for stages coming up that have really hard zombies to kill. Especially in the later stages. So
you're rushing your decision because you don't want to take too long?
It's more like choice paralysis in a way.
Right. Because I was about to say, if that was the case, I guess it proves that Nate doesn't edit his videos. Or even knows about editing. Because you can just edit that. You can just edit it out.
Hey. I may not know editing, but I know how to trim things out if shit takes too long.
Yeah.
All right. Unlike you, who only speeds things up. Actually, no. What the fuck am I saying? I'm not one to talk.
No, but I just find it kind of funny because, well, it's true. You could just trim out a big portion of the selecting, and we'd be none the wiser. But I guess if that were the case, you'd be selling us a lie. And as we all know, here at Split Screen, we do not lie to our viewer. We just bore them.
But you're gonna say we don't lie, we just misinform.
No, that's
we don't even do that either.
We're not CNN
for the most part. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't even do that either. At least not intentionally.
I don't even know why I'm mentioning CNN. I don't know if that's is CNN reputable?
It's more reputable than Fox News.
Let's not get straight into this. Let's dive away from this now.
Yeah.
No. I mean, okay.
News is important.
Indeed.
You don't want to misinform the people, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
So it's filling up your grass with sunflowers.
Hey, sunflowers are pretty. What can I say?
Good job.
Yay. I just have a bunch of snow peas out here. I guess my thought is I accidentally brought it out, so might as well use it, right?
Yeah.
And I figured, fuck it, I'll just show it off on the next stage.
That green flower is so out of place.
You're out of place. No, I'm just kidding.
Which one?
The repeater.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking
Like,
repeater.
I mean, it's adding damage. It's adding damage.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah.
And now we have
oh,
a
yeah,
zombie
also,
on a dolphin.
and it also
which
gets
is
dragged down
essentially
to
just-
die,
Yeah.
or rather,
Which is-
die again because it's a zombie.
Well, dolphin isn't a zombie.
No, the dolphin is zombified as well as the guy riding it. Yeah, like yeah, actually, like if you look closely at the design of the dolphin itself, you'd see that like it's all like its face is all mangled, its eyeballs like it's like kind of the same like size as the regular zombies in this game.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So the dolphins are also zombies. They're zombified dolphins. And just like
That's sad.
yeah, it is kind of sad in a way, but not actually. Yeah. Honestly, it's one couple less abstinent animals to worry about.
oh yeah, I see
You know
it.
what
What's
I
up with
mean.
those
Porky,
teeth?
eat brains.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck that was about.
Simpsons.
Of course,
The Dolphin Treehouse of Horror episode.
of course, it was fucking Simpsons. It's always fucking
Yeah, the
SpongeBob
one
or
where-
Simpsons with you.
The
It's like,
the one where Lisa frees a dolphin, and it turns out to be the king of dolphins, and they just start killing the Springfieldians.
I think there was a mini game about that in the DS version of the Simpsons game. Like
It would not surprise me.
Like,
it would not surprise me considering the first level is literally the chocolate world from the one where Burns sells the plant to Germans.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the level that I'm thinking about. If it was part of the crucial path or the critical path, or if it was just a side thing. But I do remember you had to use a stylus to drag the dolphins away. I also think you still had to go to Lisa's like Hand of Buddha ability thingy. It's a long time ago since I played the DS version of the Simpsons game.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I was looking at the wiki to double check, and I did have the episode right. This scene is the reason why Family Guy has cutaways.
okay.
That's really weird.
Hey
So
Ben,
now- so now
hey
the-
Ben, remember the time we had a cutaway?
and then cuts away to a cutaway.
No, then we just all then we all just get taken to cutaway land.
No, and then we cut away to Cutaway Land to then cut away to our April Fool's special, which you go watch right now. We put a lot of quote unquote effort into it.
Hey, speak for yourself. It took a lot of effort out of me. I
and I'm proud of you.
He's the one who recorded it.
I had to record.
He's the one who recorded it. So
No, he recorded it
technically
and
is-
edited it. In a way. So yeah. Good,
But yeah,
we're
no,
proud
no,
of you for that.
But yeah, no. Let's not do cutaways. Let's not take advantage of the brain rot generation. And if we do, we're only gonna do it by quoting the Minecraft movie. You know the one.
Victor, you say that we don't get into like the brain rot, and yet we're talking about a very stimulating game about plants killing zombies.
Yeah, but look, if we really want to go there, it shouldn't be Plants vs. Zombies. It should be Subway Surfers.
At least this is a positive stimuli. Objectively, I'm biased because I'm from a different generation. I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of a different generation, we have the upgraded form of the walnut, the tall nut. Literally,
It's
like I
tall.
said, it's tall, and it's the only plant in the game that is like that can counter javelin zombie, pole vault zombies.
Yep. Well, it's the same thing. No.
No,
Yeah,
actually, no, it's not the same thing.
No. I corrected myself.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. Also, the Genshin in me ruined my joke for me. Because now, whenever I think of tall, my mind goes to the fact that, as of right now, a new wind-based character is of the tall variety, and when all of the normal wind characters have been short.
Right.
The picture I have is all the shorter kids just ring around the roasting the tall guy, with one of them going, "Why are you tall?"
That's about the same equivalent as like have you seen Breaking Bad?
No.
I have.
Well, do you really care for like spoilers all that much?
No, I know a lot of the main stuff.
Okay, well there's like a line where Walter says to Jesse where he goes, "What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?"
Yeah.
I knew that.
I don't know, that line out of context is so funny, but like in context it's not at all.
You know, I think my favorite use of that meme was where the caption was when you and your girlfriend decide to cosplay Avatar.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Or when you and your buddies, when you're so baked out of your mind, you're watching the Eiffel 65 music video of Blue, Dabba Dee. Why are you blue?
You know, I will say though.
Yeah, this is the power of the
internet.
Of the stump. Although I will admit, I usually put my stumps before, right in front of the pea shooters.
They are in front of the bee shooters.
Not that far.
That's because I'm planning on using like a whole fuckload of pea shooters or repeaters and
True.
split peas, so that you deal like fucking 8 times, not even 8 times, fucking 16 time damage on enemies. So
Sure, that
yeah,
does make sense.
so
that does make sense.
So yeah, this stage will be over in like no time.
But I do want to cycle back to the tangent about Breaking Bad, because I recently finally rewatched the entire thing, and I will say I did expect to not take it as serious because of how many scenes are being memed on nowadays. But no, this effect was kind of minimal.
I mean,
so, yeah,
it's one of those shows that, despite it being memed to hell and back, especially with taking any clips out of context, it's still a genuinely phenomenal show in its own right. You know?
Yeah.
And it's also why it's genuinely one of my favorite shows of all time, because it holds up a lot, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Even going past all the special candy stuff, if you know what I mean.
Hey, you said this level would be done in no time. The level's still going.
Man, there is when I say no time, I don't literally mean like instant. Getting all pedantic on me for no
so
reason.
much later, the old narrator got tired, and we had to hire a new one.
Please put that up. Please put that up when Victor says that.
Maybe. Jesus.
You see,
Jesus.
now SpongeBob title cards, that is a good kind of brain rot. None of your chicken
Yes, it
jockey
is.
bullshit.
And it's one that
causes people to make messes of theaters.
Yeah,
did you
at
hear
least
that?
SpongeBob didn't do that, from what I recall anyway.
Did you hear that a British chain of movie theaters, I forgot which one, but they had a special showing.
Hey, see, bobsled zombies.
Wow. But they had a special showing of the Minecraft movie where people were allowed to go wild.
Don't embrace that stuff. Don't embrace that stuff unless if you're going to be paying your ushers triple for that showing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
that is such a bad idea.
So long as you understand, so long as people understand what they're getting themselves into, that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But usually that kind of shit is not at all tolerated.
Look, if people do it in a somewhat not too mess making kind of okay, I look, confession time. I watched the Minecraft movie, I didn't watch the Minecraft movie. I watched a Minecraft movie. And
I was about to say you got to put A in there.
And that's very important. I did have people in the theater that were at some points overreacting to certain scenes. And when the chicken jockey scene came up, they clapped, right? But that's where they kept it. They only clapped about it.
That's fine.
I've seen videos where there's one video in particular where they took an actual chicken with them and they threw popcorn all over the room. And that's
what you not do.
Wait. Hold on. I don't think I actually saw the video in question, but I know exactly the video you're talking about. Did they actually bring a physical,
yes.
real life chicken to the audience? Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Christ, everyone is so brain rotted.
Yeah.
But
I really hate this generation. I hate this generation sometimes.
Yeah. But I
congratulations, we're old.
But I remember this. I remember this one time when I was at the movie theater. I'm not sure which movie it was, but it was about, I want to say 2 years ago maybe. And I had a big popcorn, and when I was sitting down, I accidentally dropped a large portion of it on the floor. So I went to one of the people working there, and I was like, "Hey, my apologies, but I dropped some popcorn on the floor. Could I have a broom to clean it up?" And the lady was really understanding about it, and she was like, "Oh no, we'll clean that up." And you see, that's the difference between me and a lot of these people who think it's apparently okay to just purposely cause a spillage like that.
And apparently, and caused so much of a ruckus that you had to get thrown out of the movie theater by police.
Yeah. And it's I honestly feel that if something gets that bad, I would just stop showing the movie for that day.
Yeah, either that or just run out of the movie theater before you get hurt.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of weird how some people think that certain kinds of behavior are perfectly acceptable in movie theaters. I mean, look, I don't want to bitch all about my father, because believe me, I already do that way too much. I don't like how he never actually turns off his phone when the movie's about to begin. He locks it, puts it in his pocket, and it has rang during some times. He doesn't turn the fucking thing off. Turn your fucking phone off.
And people wonder why nobody goes to the movie theaters anymore.
Well, it's also because, depending on who you ask, the current movie scene is not as good as it used to be, and but that's a subject for a whole other time, and
and it's also very debatable.
Yeah, I do feel like
better or worse.
I do feel like nowadays movies can still be pretty good, but they have been better.
And movies have gotten better and worse over time, depending on the movie.
But no, I've just back in my day, I've seen a lot of like really like rude behavior in movie theaters. But the worst thing that I dealt with 10 years ago was, you know, maybe someone in the theater farting while the movie was showing. Right, that's the worst that I experienced at the time. But nowadays, people are just not considerate about their fellow moviegoers. They scream. They don't tell their children to shut up. They don't tell their friends to shut up. And they don't realize that just because it's not a problem to them, doesn't mean that it ain't a problem to others.
Hey,
it's really not.
Yeah, no. And like we said before, if it's like a specific like event that is like, you know, like encouraging that kind of behavior, like, first off, that's a bad idea, but also you do you. I'm not one to like force you to do anything, you know. So long as everyone's having fun and being safe about it, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But usually in actual movie theaters, don't do that shit. Like, for
watching
real.
This episode, my mind, well, this last stage, my mind is just going to the to Frieza's one attack in Dragon Ball Z, that the one he does in his third form that he does to Piccolo. Just the rapid finger shots. That for some reason that attack entered my mind watching the rest of that level.
Really? Because all I could really think of when I was going through that is just that one quote, is that one Simpsons quote where he goes, "Stop! He's already dead." You know,
either one of those work.
Like, for real, that whole like pool stage is not really that big of a deal. It's the next one that's a big deal, and it's a pain in the ass.
Oh boy!
It's a pain in the ass in more ways than one, and I'm sure as hell looking forward to seeing all that unfold.
I'm not.